The sailor has two lives. One of them is at sea, the other is ashore. These lives have so many differences that it's very difficult to mention them all, but I will try. Good day, this is Vitaly, chief officer of the merchant vessel. On board the ship, the sailor is always busy. Working day is limitless. Show must go on. The vessel is working 24 hours per day, no weekend. Unreasonable delays or off-hire time cost a lot of money and cannot be acceptable. The crews are now reduced to safe minimum, that's why everyone has to work hard. The owner pays the salary and the comfort of the crew is not the main priority. If you don't like anything, pack your suitcase and go home. It is an enormous amount of money in marine industry right now. Even a relatively small container vessel carrying 1,200 containers burns 30 or 40 tons of fuel and carries thousands of tons of valuable cargo, which cost millions of dollars. That's why even a small mistake can be very expensive. Besides, the nature can bring unpleasant surprises like heavy weather. Comparing to passenger vessels, the cargo ships don't have fin stabilizers, which help to decrease the rolling. That's why sometimes rolling on the vessel can be quite strong. At least, nothing distracts you from your job. Everything is settled. A sailor don't need to think about meals. It's cook's duty. By the way, the meal on the ship is okay. Life on the ship is predicted and routine. Watch, sleep, meal, rest, everything is scheduled. Your problems at home were left at home. Only one thing is required from you, to do your job. The salaries at sea are usually higher than ashore. This partially compensates the struggles and discomfort. But what is most important, that there are almost no expenses on board. All your money are safely collected on your bank account. For many sailors, loneliness is the main problem. It is luck when a sailor gets same nationality crew, but it is almost never happens nowadays. Most probably his crew is going to be a mix of various nationalities, where everyone is different and a little bit strange. Besides, there is always a rotation of the crew. Somebody flies home, somebody new arrives. There will be little room for a sailor to make friends on board. The communication will be formal and about the job. You will be surprised, but sailors do not think much about women when they are at sea. Only sure when there are pretty girls outside or a beautiful wife inside, the seaman becomes horny. As these markers are not present on board the ship, it is much more easier to live without female attention. Of course, if he really needs, the sailor can get laid somewhere in port. But believe me, seamen don't like it. Imagine, you work all day straight, then you have to take shower, get dressed, find a taxi, go somewhere you don't know where, to some doubtful place, spend money, then get back on the ship and work again. There is no place for alcohol abuse on the ship. Even if there is a loyal management, as soon as drinking will interfere your work, you will be sent back home. It's gonna be a big problem to find a job afterwards. Besides, the company conducts drug and alcohol tests regularly. It can be either urine or blood. So even if the sailor was smoking weed a couple of weeks before, it will be detected. The life of a seaman ashore differs greatly. It's full of chaos and boredom. I call first days and maybe weeks of coming home euphoria time. It's honeymoon for a sailor and for his wife. Later on, the sailor finds out that half of this money is already gone, and these expenses were inevitable. New refrigerator, tuition fees, medical expenses, so on, so on. It doesn't matter if your wife is working or not. First, she earns less. Second, it is her money. Also, the sailor finds out that his wife and kids have already used to live without him. As for me, I am a son of the sailor as well. And I remember when I was about 4 or 6 years old, I could not understand who is this strange guy with a sharp beard, who comes maybe after 9 months from work, he goes back home and he tries to hug me. It felt strange. And by the way, he also occupied me and my sister's TV and didn't allow us to watch a lot of cartoons. And of course, we didn't like it. If the sailor had any plans how is he going to spend his vacation, he has to put them into use as fast as possible. No matter if it is a trip or buying an expensive camera. Otherwise, he will find out that the money are running out too quickly and he will have to decide to cancel his plans in the middle of vacation. By the middle of vacation, the life becomes a routine. The sailor takes part in the home tasks like washing dishes, cleaning the house, or walking with the dog. The money are still running low. There is no point to search for a job ashore, as you are not attracted by shore salaries anymore, and you will get back to the ship in 1 or 2 months. About 1 month before boarding, the sailor starts preparations. He discovers that new courses have to be passed to receive some new certificate. These courses, of course, cost money. Okay, you pay the money, receive the certificate, pass the medical examination, pack your suitcase, and wait. But for some reason, there is a delay in crew change. The sailor waits and waits. Then he receives a phone call from the company informing him that, "Sorry, your crew change was cancelled on the ship, but we can offer you a new one." And sailor receives a proposal to join ship with worse conditions and sometimes lower salary. Finally, he has to fly to the ship he didn't want to join at the first place. Flight has brought him somewhere in Africa with 3 transfers at the airports. The luggage was lost. He comes on board the ship not sleeping for 2 days and has 3 to 4 hours for taking over his duties and familiarization with a completely unknown equipment for him. His happy reliever leaves the ship. You may ask, are there any moments of happiness in the life of a sailor? And I will tell you, yes, there is. It is the time when you go home. This is the time of complete nirvana, because the problems which were pressing you all the time on the ship, they already gone at the same time, at the very first moment. They're like cut and they are no more. And the problems which are waiting for you at home, they did not come yet. And this is the time when you feel like a newborn baby. Maybe newborn baby feels the same. You enjoy your food, maybe walking somewhere on the beach, maybe somewhere in the city. Later on, you go back to airport. You walk in the airport. You choose presents, spend money in the cafe, drink coffee. Yeah, all of this bring you to the state of the real happiness. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. If you like it, put a like and a comment down below. See you next time.